Hey, thanks for waking up with us. Welcome back, everybody, inside the Findlay Hyundai Studios. It's The Drive on a Thursday morning. Very special guest joining us now here in studio. We've got Coach Wayne, head coach of the reigning state champ Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, going for the back-to-back titles in the next 2 weeks. They got the semifinal game tomorrow night. Coach, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
It's good to have you, man. How's the week of practice been getting ready for the Skyview Bobcats?
It's been good. When able to play high tempo, the kids have been battling. We haven't let up, and super proud of the leadership and all that they've been doing so far.
All right, Coach has got his captains in. Coach, introduce the guys here for me and give me a little snippet about what makes these guys such great leaders for your football team.
Yeah, so we got 6 captains that were. The best thing about it is our players vote for their captains, and so these are captains that have been chosen by their peers. So you got Case and Cuff, who's been our D end, Easton Webster, our center, McKay Wright, middle linebacker, Malachi Lofipo, wide receiver, McCord Christiansen, running back, and Max Griffiths, our other middle linebacker. So 6 great young men who represent the program well, represent their families well, represent the community and the schools. So proud to have them.
Look like a bunch of next level football players to me too.
Yeah, I'd say so myself.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to get the players in here in just a second, so hang tight. We got to wake these guys up, get them ready for the day. You know, closing in on a little like 36 hours away from kickoff or so tomorrow night at Rice Eccles Stadium. Going to be a little chilly up there. Are you wearing flip-flops and shorts, or are you going to put pants on for this one, Coach?
I'd always prefer to go flip-flops and shorts, man, but sometimes you got to be a little bit smarter, and so got to go back up to the home space, and it's going to be pretty cold, so we won't be in flip-flops tomorrow night.
What were your initial reaction when you saw Skyview upset Provo, the 2 seed?
I'll be honest with you, I was a little shocked. It's 2 years in a row Provo's been upset. Last year they got upset by Payson. This year they got upset by Skyview. Provo's a big physical team, so I think it speaks volumes to Skyview and the team that they are to be able to hold Provo to 20 points, who's been putting up, and Provo and Spanish Fork in that region has been putting up some monster numbers, and so it just talked about the formidable opponent that we have in front of us in Skyview.
Let's bring in the players here for a second. We'll circle back to Coach in just a minute. We'll get some more X's and O's and talk a little bit more about the Bobcats. But let's bring in Jackson's little brother, Max, here if we can. Max Griffiths. How many times have I called you your brother's name this year, Max? 2 or 3?
Quite a bit, actually, yeah.
Why do
it's all good, though.
You guys even look alike?
I don't think so too much, but I get it all the time that we look alike. So,
yeah. Does your brother text you? Hey, I was watching the television broadcast, and that stupid announcer keeps calling you.
Yeah. He's cool about it.
Oh, yeah. Are you cool with it if I keep screwing up?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm not going to screw up that tomorrow. Max. I got it. Who would bench press more right now, today, you or your brother?
He would, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's getting ready to go play some college ball at SUU in January.
So he's got his man bod coming in already.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. How much fun are you having right now, buddy?
Oh, it's been so fun. I love this time of year, playoffs and just football season in general, so it's really fun.
How excited were you guys to punch a ticket back to Rice Eccles after beating Green Canyon last Friday night? What was the locker room like after the game?
Oh, it's so exciting. Last year was so fun. It's just any opportunity you get to go to Rice Eccles is really big. So we were pumped after the game.
What's it like playing for Coach Wayne on that defensive side of the ball?
Coach Wayne is the best coach in Utah. I mean, he's so smart. He's a player's coach. He knows everything about the game, but he also knows a lot about life, and he passes that down to us.
What's it like playing with McKay Wright and the rest of those studs on defense? You guys got some great teammates, and you guys have had a heck of a year on that side of the ball again, trying to replace a lot of starters you lost from last year's team.
Yeah, McKay's a dog. There's no one else I'd rather play with at middle backer, and then all of our guys. Case and Cuff, also a dog. We got a lot of new guys, but I mean our coaches have done a great job at just helping us get into it, and so yeah.
Good stuff. Let's bring in McCord. McCord coming off another big rushing performance. So it's kind of McCord, I'm sorry I could give you player of the week every week, but I got to spread the love around. We went with McKay last week. I know you had 2 or 3 touchdowns and 180 yards again, but talk about the difference between the offensive line from last year and this year, because you're doing a lot of the same things you did last year, just with the different guys blocking out in front of you for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different mindset this year. This year we just have to lock in and They were all new coming in. We didn't have any replacing starters, so I mean they just worked so hard over the summer, and I mean they hit the weight room, and so just their mindset.
What's going into a game? Like you don't decide, oh, I'm going to do a spin move, and I'm going to do a stiff arm, and I'm going to do 4 high steps, and I'm going to do 3 bulldozers, where I'm just going to truck the kid. Like it's all instincts, right? You're just out there and you're just spontaneously reacting. But my oh my, man, people are having a hard time tackling you to the ground.
Yeah, I think it's just I play better when I'm feeling good, when I'm having fun, and so the more fun I'm having, the better I'm playing.
Talk to me a little bit about Coach Stokes and the last 2 seasons, having him come in as the play caller. I know he likes to throw it, but, man, he's sure committed to the run game, which has to be music to your ears.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, we can always beat someone over the top, though, and that helps me. That helps spread the box out, and so it's just so fun.
Let's take a second here, McCord, and tell me about the week in practice. How many – well, I don't give any secrets away to the Bobcats up there, but like how many wrinkles, how many new stuff? Have you installed some new plays this week? I'll leave it at that.
Let's just say the well is deep.
Okay. That's a yes, and I think the smile means he likes some of the new stuff that might be in the playbook for the game tomorrow night against Skyview. Was that well put by
Such a great answer.
Wayne, you might not know exactly what that means, but I think he has a pretty good idea. Yeah, Wayne's told me time and time again, I don't mess too much with the offense. I'm just worrying about the defense, and that's kind of nice because a lot of head coaches don't have that luxury at the high school level.
Yeah, I'm serious. Every time the refs ask me at pregame, is there any trick plays that I have to be aware of? I'm like, Andy, come over here, because I don't know. I mean, I find out on game day as well, and it's fun to just kind of be surprised as well. So it just speaks volumes to that side of the ball. You don't hire someone like Coach Andy and get involved. You just let him do his thing over there.
McCord, good luck Friday night, and always fun to talk to you, buddy. Let's bring in.
Thank you.
Let's bring in Malachi Lopopo. What's good, buddy? Good morning.
Good morning.
You're back there smiling, wondering what in the heck is Devin going to ask me. I'm always curious because it's happened time and time again. The father-son relationship with a coach and a player. Like, have you guys got it down to where it's on and off, dad hat, coach hat, or is it always coach hat during football season at your house?
Well, it's for sure coach on the field and everything, but then sometimes dad comes out. But no, it's the best having him coach me and just having him being around, so it's fun.
It's kind of a family affair with your twin brother, Maddox, as well. 2 weeks ago, incredible goal line touchdown. That was an unbelievable play. By your quarterback too, Ryder. And so what's it like playing with your bro?
Yeah, it's fun. Last year I didn't really get to play with him that much, but this year it's like his time to come up and shine, and it's a fun just balling out with him for our last senior year.
I feel like you get a lot of the spotlight because of how good you go up and high point the football, and you get the deep touchdowns a lot of games. But, man, he does a lot of the dirty work, and I feel like sometimes his role gets undervalued on your football team because if you really watch the film, Maddox is having a heck of a season.
Yeah, sometimes him and Jackson Holt go at tight end, and they do a lot of the blocking for McCord and all that. But yeah, it doesn't get recognized enough. But yeah, him and Jay Holt are doing a good job at tight end blocking and all that.
You know, as you've rolled through, you played Snow Canyon, Green Canyon, now you got Skyview. Every team presents a new challenge. What's the challenge this week when you look at the film defensively for the Bobcats?
They're pretty big up front, and they got some good DNs, so we got a solid game plan. But I mean, a lot of teams have been doubling me, so it opens up opportunities for Boston, Jackson McCord, and Maddox, and all of them. So it's just kind of like pick your poison and stuff. But yeah, we got a solid game plan.
Do you ever have to go tell Andy, hey, McCord's got 26 carries already. I got 2 catches. Can you throw a couple here, Coach?
I'm sure he recognizes it, but yeah, he tries to spread the love everywhere.
Have you met or exceeded your individual goals for the season so far, or is that still looming for you?
I mean, yeah, I've hit a lot of them, but I'm still trying to get, some more personal goals, but we'll probably get there.
I see on social, I see, a lot of interaction on social media with Division I schools and whatnot, a lot of schools, period, out there. I know you try to probably focus on the game and the season and the run and a back-to-back state championship, but is it hard when you're trying to, figure out what you're doing next level at the same time?
Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of push that stuff to the side and just take what I can get, just worry about the season right now. But, yeah, I'll figure most of that stuff out in, after the season December and commit in like February.
Probably wait to that second signing period.
Yeah, wait till a second.
There used to be that one in December. Now you got the other one. What is it? Early February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recruiting never sleeps. Do you have a top 10 list? You're starting to form and it's taking shape, or what can you tell us about that?
Not really, not yet. I'll probably take a couple more game visits and then go on all my officials in like December and January and stuff like that.
All right. Get Dad's credit card out and get the Sky Miles rocking.
Yeah.
Malachi Alopipo with us here on the drive. Good luck tomorrow night. All right, let's bring in Mr. Wright. I thought you had to play the game. I think, in fact, the guys. I was getting on a plane, and I turned the stream on, and Green Canyon's running that silly motion sprint screen pass thing they did, and they're driving, and you make that interception at the goal line, and it was 14-3. I think they had some momentum. It looked like they might be going into score when you got that interception on the goal line, and I thought that kind of turned the tide in your favor. Tell me about that play.
Oh, yeah. That they were driving that drive, and that play was working for them every time. And that last one, they decided to switch it up and run a slant. They tried to get a little tricky. And Coach Wayne called man on that one, and we got lucky, so I manned him up, and the ball just floated, and I was able to make a play on it.
You have somebody doing a lot of statistical posting on social media, and I saw the post yesterday. It's like, I'm going to post this because McKay won't. And it had your career statistics, and I was just like, wow, that is a heck of a high school career. I know when you see that and you try to put your high school career in perspective, and it's not over yet. You got 2 more games, but you got to be pretty proud of what you've accomplished so far.
Yeah, I've been blessed to play multiple years, 3 years at the varsity level, and I've had a great career. And Coach Wayne has put me in he's done all the right things, and he's just the best. And Coach Chong, he's the linebackers coach. They've all got me right, and I've played with some great people in my life, and so I've been very blessed.
What's the game plan for you? Just wreak terror, like you go left, go right, blitz up the middle, drop back, make picks. Like, I mean, it seems like you can kind of do a little bit of everything out there on the field.
Yeah, I just kind of do my job and make a play when I need to make a play, and I've always been blessed with being able to make the big time plays when I need to, and hopefully I can keep that going.
Over 400 career tackles, Coach. When I say that out loud, that sounds astonishing at the high school level, because a lot of kids only play maybe their junior and senior year of varsity football. 400 career tackles plus and counting.
Yeah, the game moves slow for McKay. The IQ that this young man brings to the game, the tenacity that he plays with, the game moves slow. I talk about this all the time with our young men about making sure we're standing on a residential street rather than I-15. And McKay's constantly standing on a residential street, man. Things just are moved slow for him. He sees things ahead of time. He dissects, and he puts himself in a great position to succeed. And that's all we can do and try to do is just make sure we're putting ourselves in the best position to succeed. And he does that time and time again. And what it's awesome about it is you see all the other young men around him continue to do the same. So it's fun.
Are you getting some looks? Are you getting some college? I mean, I know if you're 6'5", you'd have every school in the country on you, but
yeah, it's pretty stupid how some of the college stuff plays out.
Yeah,
I
keep saying somebody give this kid a scholarship.
Yeah,
because
it's not even a question.
He's got the moxie that you want.
College football's changed a lot. I mean, with the transfer portal and NIL, and now they're cutting the rosters from 123 to 105 in December for colleges. That means less POWs, less on the bottom end, and so it gets a lot more constrained. And so it's unfortunate because 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of these kids right here are getting picked up, no brainer. Now it's like they have to take a different route or a different path due to the way college is structured now.
McKay, have you let yourself, fall asleep at night and dream about a back-to-back title? I know last year was sweet and you were right smack dab in the middle of it, but what would it mean to you to go get a second one, especially in your senior season?
Yeah, I mean, another state championship's always been the goal, and so that's what we've been working for since last December, and that's kind of the dream to go back-to-back junior and senior year, and it would be amazing to be able to do that.
Who's your biggest supporter or biggest fan when you're out there on game days playing?
I got a really good family when it comes to support. I got my dad, my mom, they're always supporting. My mom's very involved. I got grandma and grandpa, and on both sides that come down and support every game. And, you know, my family's very loving, and they enjoy watching football.
Do you ride bulls on the side?
He is the bull.
Well put, Coach. I mean, you just got that cowboy grit to me, man. Good to talk to you, buddy. You don't have to answer that question.
well,
Unless you
thank you,
do.
David.
Unless you do. Have you ever
You know,
rode a bull?
You know, we went up and rode some in July. McCord got on a few. I was too scared. I thought I was going to get hurt, but McCord's the bull rider.
Hold on. Really, McCord? You got on a bull?
I did.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
That's our
I
thrill
hope
seeker.
you put a helmet on at least. You didn't do it. You just didn't wear your cowboy hat. Let's bring in. We got Kaysen and Easton still to chat with. Let's bring in Easton here. Easton, unfortunately, knee injury out for the season, man. But you're now one of the assistant coaches for the most part, right? Is that kind of the role you've taken on? I'm sure you're still going to practice every day and right smack dab in the middle of every meeting and everything that goes on at Crimson Cliffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird being out, but I'm glad to see some other people get in the light, and it's fun still. I love it.
From what I understand, you thought you were going to just go in for a quick procedure and you'd be back playing and the season would not be over, and then things changed when the doctors kind of got in there. Is that right?
Yeah, the tear in my meniscus was a little worse than he thought, but yeah.
Man, what went through your mind? I mean, I'm sure you're nervous, and if you're like me, I hate going to the doctor at all. But what was waking up to the news that, like, hey, you're not going to play again this year? Like, how hard was that to swallow?
I mean, it was rough, but I mean, I've trusted my brothers and stuff, so I think we'll be able to still take some wins, you know.
Yeah, I'm going back to last year, Wayne, and that was quite a motivation, you know. And I remember when you guys were celebrating the state championship, they had the jersey and the crowd and everything that was going on with, and the name Scott Nyson. Thank you. Is that kind of a rallying call with Easton this year, similar to that in some way, shape, or form, or is it different this year?
Yeah, for sure. It's we actually lost Easton, and we actually just lost Case Cuff this week. He just found out some tough news yesterday. He's got a herniated disc from the Green Canyon game, so he won't be playing with us. And so, yeah, you better believe these young men rally around each other. The one thing you have to understand is there's a true love amongst these boys. We talk about love all the time, and these young men, they love each other. The brotherhood's pretty thick with them. And so you better believe that they're excited to play for Easton and Kaysen and be able to compete for them, knowing that they can't be on the field with us.
Yeah, I remember my high school year, I think it was the quarterfinals, one of the other running backs broke his leg. And you know, we were playing for him just as much as we were playing for ourselves, the number and the name on our back and everything like that. So, Easton, what's practice a little different for you right now, right? Do you shadow Wayne? Are you like soaking it up? I mean, do you want to be a coach someday?
I mean, maybe one day, but
what do you want to be? Do you even know?
nope.
Nope. Most high school kids don't, and that's okay. I know I didn't when I was your age.
Way to be honest.
How's the GPA though? Good GPA.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're right up there. I'm gonna guess 3.9, 4.0.
It's a little slow right now. We've been out a couple weeks because of surgery, but it'll get back up.
Once you turn those assignments in, you'll be just fine. I love it. I love it. All right, let's bring Kaysen. Kaysen, I hate hearing that news. I did not know that till Coach just said that. Man, what happened?
I'm not sure. They just kind of told me it happened over time, and they just took a look at it, and they're like, we don't know if you can continue to play. So, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. How'd you take the news? You seem fine. You seem okay. There's nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, when they first told me, I was pretty sad. I did cry a little bit, but I was with my mom, and my mom seemed a little more sadder than me. So I stood there and I comforted her, and my dad didn't take the news pretty well either. But I mean, I'm their last kid for football, and it's a bummer, but it happened, and now I just want to be here for the team and do everything I can to help.
Yeah. Are you confident going into this game in Skyview? How's the week of practice been from your perspective? You've probably had a pretty good view from the sideline.
Yeah. I feel like Coach Benson for our D-line has been really working, and we've been doing a lot of drills, making sure that we know how to go against Skyview and what to do, and I think we're going to be ready.
Who's getting the start in your spot now?
Crew Butler.
Okay. You kind of take him under your wing, kind of an extra coach in his ear?
He's already had a lot of varsity time, and he's been a rotator, and I think he'll do really well, and I'm actually confident he'll do really well.
Good.
So
Good. All right, speedy recovery for you and for Easton. Hate to hear that news. All right, let's go back to Coach for just a second. That's the captains for Crimson Cliffs live with us here in studio. What are you stressing this week against Skyview? I mean, you get to this point in the season, and you got to have your best each and every game if you want to keep playing on.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to get everyone's best shot. At this point, you are who you are at the core, right? And so we know what they are at the core as far as the offense and defense. And so, but we're also preparing, for plan B and C of what they might show. And so, as coaches, we go back 3-4 films going, okay, they're probably going to get these 3 or 4 games. Let's go look at those 3 or 4 games and see how we would attack ourselves. And then we try to shore up those points of emphasis and make sure that the kids are prepared and ready in case they come out with, other options. And we just got to make sure they're ready to go.
Tell us a little bit. Tell our listeners a little bit about what you see on film for listeners and people that haven't seen Skyview. Any areas you think you can exploit, and any areas that you're going to have to be ready that they're going to try to exploit.
Yeah, they're big and physical up front, like some of these young men already mentioned, right? They've got a big O-line, D-line. Running back's probably the heart of that offense. Number 22, I think his name's Xander Stokes. Incredible running back, runs hard, low to the ground type kid. Kind of reminds me of McCord. And so they've got a McCord of their own there, number 22. And then the Liam Guthrie kid at number 24 at wide receiver. He's got 74 to 78 catches. The next higher is 31, so you can tell he's their guy. So that's the guy we're also locking in on. And the quarterback does a really good job. Big, heavy RPO team. They like to move fast. This is probably the fastest offense I've ever played against. I know that's weird. That's even a little faster than our offense. They go fast. And so, luckily we practice against a fast offense. And so all week this week we've been stressing tempo. You'll see on Friday night these guys will have the next play called mid-play, and they're already lining up and they're going and they're doing a lot of check with me's, and they try to get in and out and try to get you confused and get out of position and misaligned. And so they try to take advantage of those things. And so we've been stressing that all week from the defensive side. And then our offense goes fast too, so we're going to challenge them. And the best thing about it is we can control tempo and do that on our offensive side. If we want to go slow, we're still fine. We can move slow and do well. And if we want to go fast, we can do that as well. And so the biggest thing for me right now is just, special teams is the one thing that always comes into play in these games, man. And so got to make sure we're locked down on our special teams and don't let that facet of the game hurt us. Make sure it's an advantage for us. So super excited.
Coach Wayne Lovepo, Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Easton, you guys every week do something I think is really cool. Who did you have? It's Wednesday nights. You guys have somebody in the community come and
Our Crimson Captain.
Crimson Captains address the team. Can you tell us a little bit about that from last night?
Yeah, it was really cool. His name was Jay Christensen.
Jed. Yep. Jed Christensen.
Jay Christensen. And his story was really cool. He's been active all of his life, and he had a heart attack, and he struggled with that, but he fought through it, and he overcame it.
And that's kind of what you've done. And it's not just people that are Crimson fans or in the Crimson community. You guys bring people from all over Southern Utah and beyond every weekend, and I think that's part of what's made you guys so dynamic and so great about the Crimson culture.
Yeah, for sure. Crimson Captain's pretty special. The first year I introduced it as my first year as a head coach, I only did it for home games, and we had 3 home games straight, and then the first away game we didn't have it. I didn't do it. A bunch of the players came up to me and go, well, why don't we have Crimson Captain? And I was like, well, it's an away game, because we usually honor them pregame, bring them out for the coin flip. And they said, Coach, we'd like to have it every week. And I said, you got it. So after that first away game, I talked to our people, our committee that's in charge of putting that together, and we've had it every week. And so it's been something that's special to the boys. It keeps them grounded. It helps them realize that it's more than football. Helps them realize that real life is happening around them, and we can learn from other people's challenges and journeys and struggles. And it helps them. It's like you can see losing guys like Kaysen and Easton. These young men, we talk about it all the time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you have to deal with that struggle. And these guys, unfortunately, have to deal with their struggle a little bit early in life. And so now they're having to learn from those lessons from the Crimson Captain and apply them early.
We've got, has there been a favorite, McCord? Have you had you think back of all the Crimson Captains you've been in the program. Is there one that really struck a chord with McCord? Wow, that came out really punny.
I think probably Coach Jack. He's been my favorite just because he's so close to the program and so close to all of our hearts, and he's just always around, and it's just awesome to have him.
What's his story?
He's a Down syndrome kid that's actually McKay's neighbor, and he just loves football, loves coaching, and he helps coach, and it's just awesome.
I've seen him around. I think I know who you're talking about. Good stuff. Guys, thanks for coming in. We'll see you up there at Rice-Eccles Stadium. The question of the day, will Coach Wayne be in flip-flops or not for a 6 o'clock kickoff? What's the weather going to be, in the 40s?
37.
37. Maybe 37.
Yeah.
Probably wearing shoes.
Yeah, we're going to be definitely some shoes. Shoes and double socks. And so it'll be good. Hey, the fact that these boys continue to play, like I said, they've represented this program well. This is going to be their 4th straight semifinal. Everyone forgets about the first semifinal. We had to play at Ridgeline during COVID.
That's
And
right.
so-
I did forget about
Yeah,
that
so
one.
this is their 4th. This senior class has been able to participate in 4 straight semifinals. And you know, so they've been able to leave their mark, and they're doing it well. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. It's a standard. It's an expectation now that they continue to try to live up to, and just super proud of the body of work they've put together.
And you're carrying the mantle for Region 9. Everybody else is out. You guys are the last team standing. And at this point, I know you're trying to kick everybody, and everybody wants to beat everybody in region play. But now, I mean, let's keep that trophy in Southern Utah. I'm sure a lot of coaches say, hey, good luck, coach, and rooting for you guys the rest of the way.
Yeah, for sure. We take that seriously, right? To be able to represent Southern Utah football. You know, one thing we did hear a bunch of the Green Canyon players say last week is, hey, this is a weak region. We can beat these guys pregame, blah, 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 blah. Well, I think our boys represented the region really well last week after hearing all that. It was motivating. And so they get another opportunity to continue to represent the region this week.
Yeah, you guys controlled that game. I think the final score was not indicative of how well you guys controlled that game.
Yeah, it's my fault. A learning lesson for me as a coach, you always are learning every year. There's never a year I haven't learned. And, you know, being up by 18 with 2 minutes left, I thought I could put in some seniors that would never play on that field again. So I tried to put a bunch of my 2s and 3s in. Just assuming a coach would concede, seeing that, and shame on me for believing that and thinking that, and learning lesson for me.
Yeah, but hey, the kid still got in.
Yeah,
They still
yeah,
touched the field,
for sure.
and he still won the game.
Yeah. So and luckily, he was still able to come out on top, and it got scary there. You know, giving up that many points within 2 minutes, and again, it's a good learning lesson for me.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't kind of frustrating that the coach didn't follow suit there, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I mean, they're fighting for their seniors,
Exactly.
and they're
I don't
trying to
blame
play
them
to
at
the
all.
final whistle.
Don't blame him at all. That's again, it's shame on me. Learning lesson for me as a coach, and I'll continue to improve.
Coach Wayne Olofo and the guys, the captains, tomorrow night we'll have from the bleachers, and then we'll have the pregame show leading right up to a 6 o'clock kickoff. That's our Boulevard home. Game of the week as Crimson takes on Skyview. Guys, have a great day. Get to class. If you have class, I mean, probably online class. Who knows? Wayne, get to work.
Thank you. We'll do.
A lot of final preparations before tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, appreciate you.
We'll see you guys up there. Got to take a break. We'll be back. Hour 2 coming up after this on The Drive.